Hey, Mom. Is it alright if I stop by after work?
Yes, that's fine. Did something happen?
To be honest, I'm a little low on cash this month. Would I be able to borrow a bit of money?
Oh, seriously? You're a grown man. Do you really need to be asking your mother for money?
Come on, no matter how old you get, you're never too old to ask your mom for help, right?
You're making money on your own, aren't you? I'm the one who needs the money. I'm living on my pension after all.
You've always had more money than me, even now. The pension pays pretty well, and there's the inheritance from Dad, too. You've been putting that away, haven't you?
Don't be demanding money from your elderly mother.
Come on, please! I want to buy an air filter for my house, but it's a little expensive.
What do you need an air filter for?
My allergies started getting really bad this year. Air filters are supposed to help with that, so I wanted to get one. But the proper ones are kind of expensive. Please! The allergies don't let me sleep properly.
Oh, I guess it can't be helped. But I'm only paying for half, not the whole thing. Paying the full price would spoil you a little too much.
What? Only half? Well, it's better than nothing. Thanks.
Really, Johnny, you're always being spoiled by me, especially in regards to money. I guess it's better than before when money used to just disappear from my wallet.
That was so long ago. That was back when I was still a student, right?
You also used to use my credit card without asking. Both your father and I really had our hands full.
That was just the silliness of youth. I don't do things like that anymore. I'm not a thief.
I know, you've finally grown up.
Of course. I'm already 30 years old. And I'm married too.
That's true. But I can't believe you really got married, even now. I really didn't think you'd be able to settle down.
What? You just thought I'd go around aimlessly my whole life? Give me a break, Mom. What kind of son do you think I am?
Remind me who it was that skipped school, went out all the time, and was unable to graduate from college? And then, after breaking off all contact, who was it that came back ridden with debt? It's because I know you well that I say things like that.
I guess those things did happen too. I really did some stupid things in my youth. There's no way I can live my life in that way anymore.
You're lucky there was a woman with such a big heart who was willing to marry you. I'm so thankful to her for marrying an idiot like you.
An idiot? Is that really something a mother should tell her son? But you're right, my wife really is a saint. There really isn't anyone with a bigger heart than her.
Make sure you don't take advantage of her kindness. If you get too cocky, even a woman like that will reach her limit.
Don't worry, I'm telling you that I'm sincere and faithful to her. I've always treated my precious girlfriends well too.
Despite your carelessness, you've always been popular with the girls. I wonder why.
Well, they always tell me it's my cute looks that make me popular. I'm all my older relatives' favorite as well, aren't I?
Women are probably just amused by how unreliable you are. I wouldn't want to be with a man like you.
What a horrible thing to say! Even though I get my looks from you.
Well, you've always been very good at flattery, I'll give you that. I wonder if that's why. Oh, I probably spoiled you too much as a child.
Hold on a sec. You're talking as though you didn't raise me right.
I'm just joking. I think you've really grown up and become an upstanding man compared to what you were before. You've been able to hold down your job for a long time, too.
Yeah, it's been 5 years now. Well, don't worry. I don't plan on quitting anytime soon.
I bet even your late father is relieved.
Right? Sure, I still run out of money sometimes, but it's not to the point that living gets difficult. I've really learned to control my spending since becoming an adult.
I'm glad to hear that.
Hey, Mom, do you have some time to talk? My wife is acting really horribly. I can't stand it anymore. I'm basically on the verge of tears.
What? What's happening between the two of you?
She's turned into some kind of monster. Let me vent a little.
You're talking about Stacy, aren't you?
Who else would it be? I only have one wife.
But you were singing her praises not long ago. You said that there couldn't possibly be better wife than her. You even called her a saint.
I couldn't see things clearly at the time. She was pulling the wool over my eyes. But she's finally revealed her true self recently. She's a really deceitful woman.
What are you talking about? Just tell me what happened.
She's supposed to be a housewife, but she doesn't do anything at all. All she does is lounge around at home and doesn't do anything even when I get home. I've been eating TV dinners this whole time. It's not like I'm picky with food or anything. A simple meal for dinner would be totally fine.
She doesn't do anything?
Nothing at all. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't even take out the trash. Despite not doing any housework, she keeps spending all the money. She's even started cheating on me.
Cheating? Are you sure?
There's no doubt about it. I saw her going to a hotel with some random guy.
Saw her? You mean you saw her yourself?
She was acting all strange, right? So I pretended to go to work and followed her to see what she did. That's when I saw her go into that hotel.
I can't believe it. Then it must be true. Plus, she doesn't work at all, does she? That's horrible.
That's what I'm trying to say. Messing around with some guy using the money that I work for. I can't forgive her for this.
I would never have thought she was that kind of woman. Let me talk to her.
No, don't say anything.
Why?
Because I haven't said anything to her yet. If a third party got involved out of nowhere, it caused problems. I'm so scared what she might do out of revenge.
Revenge? What are you talking about?
That's something else I found out recently. She loses all control when she gets angry. That's why I don't want to do anything rash and surprise her.
Really? I guess you never really can tell what a person is like.
So, if possible, I'd like you to help me out in another way. At the moment, I haven't been really able to work. I've been so shocked by how much our relationship has changed in the last few months. My health has really been affected by the stress, and I'm not able to do as much as before. I went to the doctor, and he said it was from stress too.
Could it be depression? Make sure you go see a psychologist.
I did go once, but I didn't really get along with the doctor, so it didn't continue.
Don't push yourself so hard. Something similar also happened to my friend's child recently. He developed some emotional disorder and quit his job. It's almost impossible to fully recover from mental disorders, so make sure you take this seriously.
Yeah, I can't really move around so well right now, so I took leave from work.
But it's your wife that's the source of stress, right? Even if you take a break from your work, that won't bring an end to the problem.
But taking a break from work has eased my mind a little. Now I think I'll be able to face my wife, but the stress from my economic situation is pretty bad. Sorry, but would it be possible to help me out with some money?
I got it. In this situation, it can't be helped.
Thank you!
But I really can't believe it. She had such a horrible personality this whole time. How didn't you realize this sooner?
She just changed completely out of nowhere. Took me by surprise too.
Even though you've been married for over a year now, I guess you never know when people will show their true colors.
It could be that she got bored of me after a year.
Got bored? Oh, how heartless! You really made a mistake choosing to marry her. Stacy, I've got something I want to talk to you about.
Of course, it's been a while. What's going on?
I heard from my son. He told me not to get involved, but I feel so bad for him I can't help but say something. Don't you think your actions are all going too far?
Sorry, but I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Oh, don't play dumb. Spending all of his money, even going so far as cheating. Not only that, because of you, now he's ill. Of course, I won't forgive you for that.
Me? Spending all the money? Cheating? He's the one who cheated. What are you saying?
What?
I don't know what you heard from him, but the one spending all of the money and cheating is him.
No way. It can't be.
And he's been unemployed for the last 6 months too. I'm the one who's working to get us by.
6 months ago? Wait a minute, what's going on?
I'm also completely lost.
He's really unemployed? He's not just taking temporary leave.
If you don't believe me, you can call his old company and ask them yourself. That's the fastest way to get the truth.
Is it true that he cheated on you?
Yes, I have proof. He told me himself and asked for forgiveness. It was the first time he did it, so I decided to forgive him. but decided not to give him any money for a year as a punishment.
So that's why he came to me asking for money.
He asked you for money?
He said that he was so stressed from the shock of finding out that you cheated on him that he couldn't work anymore. Then he asked me to help with some money.
What the hell? How could he lie like that? Not only that, but he's making me out as the bad guy and himself as the victim, even though I was the one that decided to overlook him cheating on me.
So he's the one lying to me.
You believe me?
What you're saying makes far more sense. You've also got proof. I'm so sorry, Stacy. I just started blaming you out of nowhere.
Don't worry about it. It can't be helped since he lied to you. If you found out that your son's wife had cheated on him, of course you'd be angry.
How can I make it up to you? I'm so sorry for my idiot son.
You're a victim here too, aren't you? There's no need to apologize, but we really can't just let him get away with this.
Of course not.
I shouldn't have forgiven him for cheating. I feel so utterly empty right now.
Of course. Stacy, there is no more need to forgive him. You should get back at him as you see fit. I'll also do what I can to help. Where on earth are you at this time?
I've been looking for a job. I went to a recruitment agency.
Don't lie. There's no doubt that you were out somewhere partying or drinking.
I don't have money for that. You know that. I don't have any spending money at all.
You've got the money that I gave you, right?
Me? I got no money from you. What are you talking about?
I gave you some after our discussion yesterday. You said that Stacy was cheating.
Huh? Is that you, Mom? Why are you using Stacy's phone?
Because we're together at the moment.
No way. You contacted her? I told you not to stick your nose into it. That's a problem that's between me and my wife.
You just said that so your lies wouldn't be exposed. I've heard the whole truth from Stacy. You're the one that was doing the cheating.
Me and Stacy have already discussed and worked through that. So it's got nothing to do with you. Don't bring it up.
You made her out to be a bad person just to get money from me. That definitely has something to do with me. I have a responsibility as your mother, after all.
I just had no money all of a sudden. And though I initially agreed that Stacy not giving me money was fine as a punishment, in the end it was too difficult. There's a limit to things, right? If I just asked you normally, you wouldn't have given me any.
That's right. Especially if I'd known the reason why you had no money in the first place.
Exactly. So I had no choice but to lie.
Didn't you even think how Stacy would feel when you said all those things about her? She even forgave you out of the kindness of her heart. How could you betray her in such a way, the poor thing?
I plan on talking through any misunderstandings with her afterwards. I didn't think she'd find out in such a way. But anyway, that's it, right? You've involved yourself enough, haven't you? From here, I'll talk with my wife.
It's too late. She wants nothing more to do with you. She wants a divorce.
What? Seriously? She really said that?
Yes. Also, you need to leave the house. You have a few weeks to pack your bags and leave.
What? So suddenly?
She's the one who signed the lease after all. You were completely in her debt. And even so, you did so many heartless things to her.
But how can she kick me out so suddenly? Isn't that kind of messed up? I don't have any money. I'll be homeless. What did she say?
She says, you can't live or do anything without me, can you? You've been spoiled by people around you your entire life. But I'm not going to take care of you anymore. Now it's time you paid back everything you took from those around you.
What? What should I do? Help!
Oh, do you really think that I'll help you in this situation? I don't think of you as my son at all anymore.
What's that? You're trying to disown me?
Exactly. Don't show your face around me ever again.
Mom, wait! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry I disappointed you! I promise I'll change!
Up until now, I've forgiven you for all the problems you caused, but this time I can't forgive you. I'm sure your late father also couldn't forgive you for this, so go wherever you want and live the rest of your life as you like. After that, Stacy was true to her word. She immediately divorced my son and kicked him out of the house. My son had no idea what to do and tried to run back home to me. But I had already changed the locks and he was unable to enter the house. He tried to call me from outside time and time again, but I ignored him, and in the end, he gave up and left. He honestly deserves even worse than what he got. I called all of our relatives and told them to not help him if he ever came and asked them. Afterwards, I heard a rumor from my son's old classmate. Apparently, he is now a live-in factory worker. It must be hard work. But maybe this will be enough of a lesson to fix him and make him change his ways.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Harmony, I just finished up work, so I'll be coming home now. Did you make dinner for me?
Hello, Duncan. I just finished making dinner a few hours ago, so it's ready to eat when you come home. Will you eat it right when you come through the door?
I think so. Did Kyle already finish all his dinner?
He did. I made sure this time. He and I ate right after I finished cooking. Did you want to eat with him or something?
No, actually. I don't want to see Kyle's face right now, so that's good he ate dinner already. When I get home, tell that boy not to come out of his room at all.
Hey, why are you being so rash right now? I'm sure you're a little upset right now about him having failed his last test, but it's not the end of the world. I'm sure he already knows as well that he messed up, so you don't have to make him feel any worse about it.
Well, he made me feel bad. All of that time spent helping him study was for what? I can't believe after a whole year of being in that school with my help, he failed that freaking test. How dare he? I want all that time I spent teaching him back now.
Would you stop talking like that? He is your son, and he tried his very best. And you yourself were telling him that it's not a big deal if he passed that test or not, right? Now you're going to get all angry about it as though you were lying to him that whole time?
It doesn't matter if that test meant much, because he failed it. My family has all been known for being very well educated. I myself made it through grade school with straight A's, and then went on to a very prestigious university. And you went there as well, right? I will not have the son of two very well intelligent and educated people like us fail any test. I said that the test wasn't that important, but I did not say that he can fail it that badly. He shouldn't have failed it at all. Are you going to tell me that you forgave him for what he did?
I really don't want to have to bring this up to you, but the reason that Kyle failed that test was because of you. You have no right to be ignoring what you did and blaming him for everything.
Huh? Why was that my fault? No matter how you look at it, it's the boy's fault.
And it's that reason right there, because you always have to blame someone for everything that Kyle did not pass the test. I get that it was his last test of the year, but you were pushing him so hard, having him study every single night for 2 to 3 hours straight. That looked more like you bullying the poor kid than anything else.
I did all of that for his sake. And well, I never thought that he was that much of an idiot though. I will apologize for not realizing that about him sooner. Ha ha ha.
Do you have any idea how many times you made your son cry by forcing him to study like that all the time? You never let him go out to see any of his friends. That kid has been studying for pretty much 1 whole year for a test that literally did not matter because his grades were already fine. And the other thing that's really not okay here is that he's only a 6th grader. Who really cares about his grades when he's in elementary school?
I told you that was all for his sake. If he doesn't start to become perfect now, then he's never going to be a useful adult in the future. So he has no time to be going out and playing anymore.
You have been doing all of this to our son without even listening to what I've had to say, right? And this is the result of it. Your son breaking down and failing his last test of the year. Kyle has started to avoid looking at you whenever you're both home together. Do you really think that's a good thing for either of you?
It's because you keep spoiling the kid that he's turned into an idiot. You are a failure as a mother for acting that way. The only two to blame here for his failures are you and him.
Why are you not able to think about the way your son feels? Looking at his face nowadays, he seems so hollow and sad. And when he even has to be in the same room as you, he freezes up and looks as though he's living in the gulag. You are the one who has failed at being a decent father for doing this to him.
I come from a family of very well-educated people. He was the one that started to dirty our reputation, so it's only right that he acts that way now. And now, I'm going to make sure he's aware of just how badly he screwed up. An idiot like him will no longer be my son.
I cannot believe you are taking things this far. The fact that you even have the nerve to say something like that is far beyond me.
I'm just being honest about things. There's no way my son should be that stupid. Could that be because he's not my son at all? Ha ha ha.
You asshole. I'm done talking to you. Don't even bother coming home tonight. I don't want to see your face anymore.
That's the way I feel about you now, too. I'll go find myself a hotel to stay at tonight, and then I'll be going right back into work tomorrow.
Please do that. And while you're at it, work on calming yourself down a little so that I'll allow you to come back home. I just want you to stop acting like such a jerk and maybe take a long second to think about your son for a change.
Harmony, I'm sorry about yesterday night. I became so upset then, I couldn't control everything I said. I'm sorry.
Were you able to take some time and think about how Kyle feels?
Yes, I was able to calm myself down after some time, and that's when I put some thought into him. I know now that what I had been doing to and saying about Kyle was very wrong, and I am sorry for all of that.
I don't want to ask this, but are you being serious about what you're saying right now? It's only been a day, yet you're already saying you've thought it all through and are sorry for everything?
I understand why you'd ask that, but I have really thought about a lot of things all night long. I know that I've been forcing you and Kyle to live with my views on how things should be run for a long time now. That's what I think now.
If you really have thought about all your wrongs, then I guess we're okay now. But it's only been one day since then, so I'm not sure just how much I can believe you.
And I can totally understand feeling that way. That's why I think the best way to go about this is by showing you that I've thought this all over and I'm sorry.
Showing me would be the easiest to understand. I'm sure for Kyle that would be the best way of getting him to forgive you as well. But what exactly do you plan to do that'll show the both of us that you're sorry and that you'll never do those things again? Saying you'll do something is the easy part, but actually doing said things will be far harder, right?
Well, to start, I'll make sure to show both of you that I really am sorry for last night. I understand that saying sorry is not much, but at the very least, it's a start.
I suppose that's true. And what else?
For the time being, I won't say anything about how Kyle studies. And I'll stop trying to avoid him as well. I'll make sure to be around him as a father and nothing else.
You are aware that both myself and Kyle are still not going to be able to trust you fully yet, right? I really hope you continue to just act as his father and nothing else.
I am the one that ended up corrupting my family's values. But I'll make sure that in order to change how I value my son, to work hard at that change every day.
I see. Well, that's really good to hear. I'm still not sure how well all of this is going to work out for you, but hearing you say that, it fills me with a tiny amount of hope. But just know that if things don't start to change with you, then I'll have to put in a lot more thought about you as well.
A lot more thought about me?
Listen, Duncan, in all honesty, I was starting to think that if you didn't get your behavior together after last night, then I'd have to divorce you.
What? Are you serious?
That's how badly the way you've been treating our son has impacted me. And that's why I thought to myself, if you weren't going to change for the better, that I'd have to do something about it. And a divorce was the plan.
Wait, but something like that? You can't be that serious about a divorce.
You have learned what you've done wrong and are going to start changing now, right? So then there's really nothing to worry about anymore.
I understand that, but I just felt like things came too close there then.
I want you to know that you shouldn't feel safe just yet. Next time something like yesterday happens, I'm not even going to think about whether or not to divorce you. That next time, I'll choose that option almost immediately.
Understood. So this means that I really did something terrible yesterday. I will keep note of that.
As long as you don't forget about what I've said just now, then we'll be all right. Now I have to start getting into work here. You have work yourself now, right? I think it's time for you to start heading in.
Well, about that. I was thinking about making some time for Kyle today, so I went and took the day off. I feel that in order to get you both to trust me again, it's better to start now than later.
Wait, but today Kyle has school. You knew that, right?
I'm sorry, but I'll have him come home from school today. Then him and I can spend the whole day together.
Just the two of you? That doesn't make me feel too comfortable. I'm a little bit worried about how he might feel around you still.
I told you that today my mom would be coming over, right? I'll have her come a little sooner to be around us. Then it will be just the three of us, and not just Kyle and I. That should be fine, right?
Well, if your mom is there, I suppose it's fine. But you better not say or do anything wrong to Kyle then. You understand what would happen if you do anything to him, right?
I understand very well what'll happen. I told you that I thought about everything, and that I'm very sorry now, right? You can at least trust me a little bit with that, all right?
I'm going to talk with your mom about this just for my own heart's sake.
If you're still that worried, then go right ahead. Now, can you call Kyle's school and tell them that he'll be staying home today? I'll be home in a few to take care of him.
Juliana, excuse me. I was finally able to take my lunch and get my phone. How have Duncan and Kyle been today? Harmony! Oh, thank goodness. I was just about to start trying to get a hold of you. What's going on there? Kyle fell down the stairs at your place. We had an ambulance called for him, and right now he's in the hospital. What? He's in the hospital? How is Kyle doing right now? Is he going to be all right? He still isn't woken back up. Right now, the doctor is with him in the ICU and working on him. Harmony, you need to hurry up and come here quickly. Of course, I'll be right over there. Duncan is there with you guys as well, right? I haven't been able to get anything from Duncan all day. I tried texting him, and then I tried calling him, and he's replied to neither of those things. Today, Duncan and Kyle were both together, right? Do you have any idea where he went? Actually, I only just made it over a little bit ago. When I arrived at the apartment building, the ambulance was already there, and I saw Kyle being taken out. I'm not sure what happened with Duncan, but I knew I needed to focus on Kyle for the time being. But this morning when I spoke with you, you said you'd be over to the house as soon as you could, right? And, well, after I was on the phone with you, I got a call from Duncan. He told me it'd be better for me to come around noon. All right, I see. Well, for the time being, let's just forget about Duncan then. Right now, we have to be focused on how Kyle is doing. That's right. So please, get here as quickly as you can. Yes, I'm working on that right now. I'll be there really soon. I am beyond shocked. Why are you in the same hospital as Kyle right now? Your mom was telling me the whole time that she wasn't able to get any kind of a response from you.
There was no way I could get back to her during everything. I was being taken into the hospital at the time and didn't know where I placed my phone.
I understand that, Duncan, but tell me why things turned out this way. Not only is Kyle in the hospital, but you are too? Something has gone very wrong here, and I want to know what happened.
You're telling me? I never thought that Kyle would ever do something as crazy as he did. How could that kid even be considered my son at this point? He is messed up.
Kyle is... What did Kyle do?
Before we talk about that, there's something I have to ask you. How is Kyle doing right now? Right now you were with him, making sure he is doing okay, right? Has he woken up or anything yet?
Well, at this point, he is still being cared for by the doctors and nurses. He had a terrible fall down the stairwell at the apartment building. Luckily, there were not too many other injuries to the rest of his body besides his head, but it will take a lot of time before he can be released.
I see. Well, at least he's still not in life-threatening condition.
But things are still not okay, Duncan. Kyle is still in that room and is barely even conscious.
And the only reason why you think things are worse than I do is because you have no idea what happened.
What happened then, Duncan?
On that day, him and I left the apartment to go and get something for lunch. But then, my mom told me she'd be coming to the apartment, so him and I started to head back. And as we were going up those stairs, he shoved me down them. I don't even want to think of him as my son anymore.
Kyle did that? Why would he do something like that to you?
I'm sure he was pissed about his final test results still. And just as I was getting around to realizing all the pain I'd caused him, this happened. I'm sorry, but I can't deal with you and that brat anymore.
Then what are you going to do?
Once he gets out of this hospital, I'll have my mom start taking care of him. Something like that actually happened between us. You shouldn't be against my choice, right?
Look, Duncan, you told me quite a few things just then that really make no sense at all to me. You're the jerk that pushed him down those stairs. Don't you dare blame my son for something you did ever again, you freak.
What? What's gotten into you, Harmony? What just happened?
Don't ask me what just happened. I was waiting for you to apologize to me for what you'd done, yet instead you started to tell me he pushed you down those stairs? How about you get some sleep before you start to say crap like that? Because so far the only words I'm hearing from your mouth are in your dreams.
Wait, no. I'm telling you the truth right now. Really? After that happened to me, you're still going to take the side of that brat? Look at the bigger picture, for God's sake. What would be the point of me doing something like that to him?
I'm sure there are plenty of reasons for what you did, one of them being that he failed his final test.
And I told you that I didn't care about that anymore. I said that from here on out, I'd make things right between him and I. So why would I do something like that to him?
You've been wanting to do that to him, right? You wanted to show me just how sorry you were, right? And that meant you going home and abusing my little boy? You wanted him out of the family after he failed that test, and that's why you did that to him.
Huh? What are you going on about right now? Seriously? You're starting to go just as crazy as he is. I get that I'm not the perfect father, but I'm still his dad. I would never ever do anything that would harm my son.
And that's what I thought myself as well. I believed that no matter how much you hated your son, you would never do anything to hurt him. That's why I was okay in the end with you spending the day with him alone. Even though your mom was coming home later, I was going to be all right with it.
Right. And you still believe that? So stop saying such BS lies about me when you don't even have the evidence to back it up.
But the thing is, Duncan, I have the evidence. I have security footage of you clearly pushing our son down those stairs.
There's no way in hell you have something like that.
Well, unfortunately, I do. You might have never known about this, but a while back, I had told you about how the apartment complex would be installing security cameras all throughout the building. And, well, they got all those cameras installed a few weeks ago.
They had cameras installed?
At first, the building owner was just talking about having them installed at the front entrance. But many people started to ask that they be installed at stairwells and elevators, too. And that's how you were able to be caught clear as day, shoving Kyle down those stairs.
That's just the camera's fault. I'm sure that the angling was just off and it made it seem as though I pushed him. And that's why you're blaming me for his fall now?
Are you serious?
Of course. And here's another thing. Even if I had pushed him down those stairs, then why did I end up falling down those stairs too? No matter how you try and frame all of this on me, what makes you think I'd force myself down those stairs too on my own?
As he was falling down the first step, he grabbed a hold of you and got you off balance, right? And that's how you ended up falling with him. It's all in that video, Duncan. Are you really going to continue trying to make up excuses against the hard evidence?
I told you that the camera's angle was bad. The video it took just made it seem as though I pushed him.
Then why were you telling your mom to wait until noon to come? Why couldn't she have just come first thing in the morning like she'd said?
That's because those things changed on my schedule, and I couldn't have her come in earlier in the day. I was just asking her to come later on for my sake.
Oh, is that so? So you're telling me that it was just a coincidence that you asked your mom to come right after your son pushed you down all those stairs? And then it was just a coincidence that the time she showed up was right as the ambulance arrived? That's pretty amazing how well everything lined up.
That's just how things played out, so stop trying to pick my brain over it. I'm telling you that I never expected my own flesh and blood to do such things to me. I don't want to tell the police or anything about this, but I'd like to distance myself from him. Shouldn't that be fine with you?
We'll see. I'm just a little stuck on the whole thing about how what Kyle has told me and what you're telling me is all completely different.
Huh? What Kyle's told you?
Did I not mention that? Kyle's awake. And that's who I learned about everything from first.
Kyle's the one that did all of this, so of course he'd lie about what happened.
This wasn't just what he told me, though. The police are totally agreeing with his story after they looked at the security footage. So are you going to keep telling me it was Kyle who did all of that to you?
The police? Did you actually? You called the police?
Well, after hearing Kyle's story, I had to make sure the criminal was taken care of. Anyway, whatever other excuses you have now can wait. The police would be more than happy to listen to them when they come to get you. They're already on their way to your room right now, so just hang tight.
Wait a second, Harmony. I am still healing right now. And also, if they take me away, you'll be in trouble yourself, right?
If you really weren't to blame for any of this, then why are you starting to get all worked up now? You can calm down and have a little chat with them is all. You seem to really think you did nothing wrong, so let's see if they can agree with that. Although I'm not too sure they will. After that, the police that arrived to talk with Duncan ended up taking him into custody and moved him out of the hospital. He didn't really get all too hurt anyway in his fall down those stairs and was only in the hospital to get some x-rays done, and that was it. So the doctors had no problem with the police taking him away and actually encouraged it after hearing about what he did to Kyle. After being taken into the police station, he was shown the footage of him pushing Kyle down the stairwell, and then asked one last time if he'd done it or not. At that point, he confessed, and with that, the police told him he wouldn't be going anywhere for some time and would have to get nice and comfortable in a jail cell. Of course, after all that Duncan had done to my little boy, this led to me divorcing him. I'm not sure what's happened to him since being locked up in a county jail, because I cannot be asked to go there and visit, so who knows if he's doing all right or not. The only thing I've heard about from the police is that he continues to blame Kyle for all that's happened, saying that if Kyle had never failed that simple test, he wouldn't be in jail. However, in my eyes, along with everyone else's, the education that one has means nothing when you never learned how to think about others and their feelings, and go to all lengths to cause harm to those that you chose not to understand. So, really, you could say that Kyle is even smarter than his own dad, and honestly, I completely agree with that now. After what had happened to him, Kyle had to spend a few weeks in the hospital as the doctors made sure his head was healing up okay. But after being released from there, he was then able to join some of his old friends and enjoy their summer break before he entered his first year as a middle schooler. Now he's in 7th grade, and so far has been excelling at all of his schoolwork, while also having some time to spend with his friends. It seems that even after all the things his dad did to him, both physically and mentally, Kyle is able to move on and enjoy his life, with none of that holding him back. And seeing that makes